I am born and raised here in Sonoma, California, to a family that's been making wine for many generations. I came to understand the magic that wine can bring to people's lives, so I made it a career. And the latest incarnation is this melding of another passion, and that's music. That process started with this sort of intuition that music really impacted the way wine tasted.
Jeff and I started to realize that if wine is paired with the right music, it can enhance the flavor, and we really believed in that.
We built upon that by bringing some people in to kind of test the theory.
We started to develop focus groups and brought in blind tasting to them, blind listening experiences.
What you hear has a direct impact on how you experience what you're tasting. It really does happen.
What actually happens is when you pair a wine like this with the right music, with music that has the same emotional modality, it gets round and soft and sweet. And if you don't, then you get a roughness. The brain scans now, the EEGs and the electroencephalographs that we can use to look at real life experience in real time, from a cognitive point of view, wine and music are the same thing.
Being able to not only increase the sensory experience with the wine by pairing the right music with the right wine with Vindie, we also get to introduce people to great new music. And that's where Rand and I really share a passion.
People were excited to hear this new music, and they felt like they were connected to music again in a new way. Every time you listen to the music, the artist is getting a royalty. The artist also is getting a new fan.
What's important to us, in this environment where it's harder and harder for emerging bands and musicians to get traction, is to do what we can to support their efforts as they develop their art. And that comes down to things that sound pretty mundane to the rest of us that aren't out there fighting every day, but things like healthcare.
Our first charity partner is Sweet Relief, who brings financial assistance to musicians in need.
Having a wine brand like Vindie that gives back to the independent musician community is a great partnership for us.
We've been together for 3 years now. We promote ourselves by playing live shows everywhere we can. We know how hard it is to be musicians, and we know how hard it is to try to make a living on it. So that medium of getting the music out there through a bottle of wine is amazing.
There's a team of people at Vindie who are involved in discovering new music. We do our proprietary pairing process to make sure that these hand-selected artists do work. Not every new great music works.
These are handmade blends that we're putting this music together with. Sourcing vineyards is very important. Partnering with the right winemaker, which we have with Allison, is very important.
When Jeff and Rand came to me, what was really different about this project, Vindie, was that it wasn't just, oh, we want to make some great wine and put a little label on it. It's basically, wow, let's take wine and pair it with music. Jeff is great. He's allowing me to really think outside the box on this one, and I had the freedom to put together pretty much whatever I wanted, just to have a really rich sensory experience in the nose and on the palate. It's really just about making the most delicious bottle of wine I can. So at the end of the day, yes, there is music involved, but it's definitely about, what is in that bottle, and it has to be awesome.
This wine is going to taste good in dead silence, let alone with great music playing behind it.
Once you get a bottle of Vindie wine, it's very easy to get the music. All you do is you go to the back of our bottle, and there's a unique code you scratch off, and then you go to vindiewine.com, you enter in that code, and you immediately get 8 songs from 4 emerging artists.
Don't know where it was I woke up today.
Once you get those songs, we have artist information, we have pairing notes that's been written specifically about why we've chosen this artist.
These may be the glory days.
You can collect up to 12 complete playlists that'll give you 48 artists with 96 songs for each different varietal. And what's cool is every single bottle has new emerging music and new artists. You'll never get the same song twice.
The idea that somebody could be having a glass of wine and have kind of an aha moment of really connecting with that song in such a pure kind of way is huge for us. That's why we make music, is so that people can have those kind of emotional moments with the song, and really fall in love with it.
In a way, I think the Vindie project is a project of its time.
There's a place for great wine and great music to be together, and being able to share it with everybody else is going to be terrific.
I just think it's a new way to enjoy wine.
Every day is a glory